warning, this video is intended for audience who are 13 or older. If you are not 13 or older, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online. Alright, Tariq, you know what they say, right? Look, I am you from the future, from an alternate dimension, you know, right?
Technically, that's not introducing a new character.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Jesus.
Well, the problem is, I don't think the writers, Totsuki Inoue knows what the fuck future means. If he's just gonna say, oh no, I'm you from a different dimension. That's not what timelines are, you know, right?
I mean,
right?
multiverse. Look, if I've learned anything from Doctor Strange, and I haven't, it's that the multiverse can mean a lot of things for a lot of people. All right, sometimes the stoplights are blue instead of green or red.
Right,
sometimes
sometimes you have a gym. You hang out with Jim Halpert. You know.
Yeah, sometimes he turns into worms.
Right, so he's the smartest man in the universe, and he's gonna tell the enemy how we're gonna defeat.
Yeah, hey, enemy, stop it. He's the smartest man in the universe, but he is also a white man. So he did immediately assume that if he just talked to them, it'll be fine for him.
Right.
All right. But hey, yeah.
Hey,
we're back at it again.
Hey, it's Avataro Sentai Donbrothers, episode 43. Time traveling mysteries. All right, boy. Hey. So people say this is a great episode, right? Right.
Yeah.
Like once again, I don't know if the fact that Donbrothers is setting the bar so low that any type of story writing at this point is saying, oh man, this is amazing. Wow, I never would have saw this coming.
The thing.
You know, right?
Here's the thing. Do you think that people are? There must be some people that are doing it that are saying it ironically, right? It can't be all sincere people that are good. I understand that some people think that this is good. I'm not going to question their mental facilities.
All right.
We
respect everyone's opinion, you know, each their own, right?
But,
you know, right?
But some people have to be just, like, in deep cover under enemy territory trying to, like, be like, oh, yeah, this is the best fucking thing, trying to get all the juiciest fucking things out of this, like,
I don't know if that's
stuff.
because that we are coming out of this off of Zen Kaiger, right? The season where there was, like, no actual plot progression, right? Or the fact that there was, like, no plot in that season whatsoever. It was just literally
here's the thing. Even with the short amount that I had to get sucked into Zen Kaiger, right? At least I saw a consistent, like, main big bad boss like enemy, and there was some sort of plot there. But this is not that. This is not that at all. And I don't know what's happened. Like, I've got to imagine that there's at least
the hints were there the entire time. Were you not paying attention to the show? Wasn't it obvious who Shinra now Naruki was the entire time from the show? Right? The show was hinting the entire time. The hints were there, you know, they were. Look, if you pay attention throughout the show, you know, right? The payoff. This is the big payoff.
Look, all I'm saying is I finally watched episode 7 of Black Sun today. And, hey, you know what that did? It fucking explained things. It fucking actually explained some shit that we had been asking questions about from the very fucking beginning. And, like, wow, what a fucking relief to watch a show that would, like, actually give you, like, fucking closure and, like, explanation on, oh, yeah, hey, you know these rocks in people's bellies? That's how they get them. Hey, you know where these guys came from? That's where they came from. All this other shit. This is not that. This is a continuing mystery that keeps on not addressing its things and getting distracted by itself.
Oh, I don't know. What do you mean? They address a lot of stuff, you know? Everything finally makes sense.
Oh, yeah, everything finally makes sense.
Hey, look, out of the last 43-ish episodes, you know, mysteries are finally being resolved, you know, right? Like,
sure.
Like, remember the Kiba points? They brought it back up again.
Yeah.
They don't.
But why? Why wait that long? Why wait that long? Well, what's the point? And why are we dealing with the god? Like, why have an entire episode about fucking Haruka learning how to drive a car and shit when we have yet to handle the fucking goddamn, like, her whole art, like, plot point. And all of a sudden the fucking bunny man is fucking that she's in competition with is fucking plot relevant, which what? Like, it's so weird to bring all this shit up at the last minute.
Right? Right, that's what people were saying. Like, people thought that this plot theme, right, would have been way more sense if the fucking, right, because, hey, look, here's the thing about the Hisos, okay, they stopped becoming relevant to the plot, right, in terms of, like, the plot narrative.
A long time ago.
And people are, like, saying, boy, hey, wow, man, it would have been way more better if they did the driving episode involving future self, right, with the Power Rangers that are actually whose theme is from the future and who goes back into the past, you know, right? Right, that would have been made more sense. Instead, no, this guy just drives, you know. She's just in a car, you know, right? Time. It's an analogy for how time just is a straight line, you know, right? Or something like that, right? That's how time works, you know, right?
Clearly.
You can look. Time is like a car. You can only go forward, you know. Sometimes you're able to go back, but you always have to go forward.
Hey, look, tell me about it. Now that Molly and I have finished Supernatural, it's all on Doctor Who now, all right? And it's getting wibbly-wobbly with that timey-wimey shit. And it's really fucking me up.
All the way with Christopher.
I went all the way to Eccleston. We started at Eccleston. I'm glad that bitch is gone, because, boy, it brought up a lot of memories that I forgot about from college. And the girl that I was seeing at the time that tried to get me into it, and started me at, like, episode 4 or 5 of that. And was like, yeah, you can watch without fucking any context. And I was like, I have no fucking clue what the fuck is happening.
Whoa, no, I think you actually have to watch episode 1 of the revival of Doctor Who.
Yep, you absolutely should. You absolutely should. Instead, she started me off on, I think, the fucking goddamn Charles Dickens episode, and then and then all the Slovene.
Is that the one where he reincarnates? Right?
No, he doesn't reincarnate until the fucking end.
Yeah.
But yeah. Anyway. Fuck yeah. Hey, this is an episode that's quietly about resolving issues, but loudly about Haruka's continuing writer's block and not addressing her whole well, I mean, it does kind of address her fucking plagiarism thing, but like, what? Like, this is actually more frustrating than any time travel thing in Doctor Who. Like, this is so fucking bullshit and broken.
Right. Look. We finally resolved who the bunny. Hey, look, we also resolved that. Hey, remember when Ian's looking at charged for a crime? Oh yeah.
Hey, yeah. Hey, look, at least they solved. Yes, the police lady that wants to bang the 20-year-old man or whatever. The horny drunk aunt is like, yeah. Hey, pretty boy, I got your. I cleared your name. I cleared your public record. You're not a wanted man anymore. It's like, thank you for doing your job. Yeah, just thanks for not letting me get falsely incriminated again. That's great. Why did it take so long? Because we kept getting distracted with other shit.
Now, you know,
because we kept spending time on other fucking things. But yeah, in the meantime, it's Inuzuka is getting triggered by mascots in the wild.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it's revealed. The way that he escaped was because the mascot bunny man fucking rescued him and pulled him down from the tree.
Which was never explained before, right? That's the thing. I think that, this is the first time we're seeing this flashback, because I don't think this was shown originally in the show, right?
Oh, absolutely, I do not think that was there.
Right, and this does not help us as from an audience player. Like, wow, thank you for showing something that we the audience never knew of, you know, right?
Yeah.
Like, if this was shown in the series and they press it on as a matter of of the conspiracy. Hey, boy, hey, you know what? Hey, Kamen Rider Geek's conspiracy art finished, you know, and that was a good conspiracy art, you know, right? But this conspiracy, boy, you know, hey, you can't throw a conspiracy and then expect us to be like, what the fuck is this? This is like dropping a new clue in the middle of a quest, and you're like, boy, I don't think I read this clue before, you know, right? I don't know what you're talking. Right? This is brand new information that's extremely helpful, but should have told me that 20 steps ago, you know, right? Probably should have told me at the beginning of the quest when I started off, you know, that I was supposed to take the shortcut and not travel all the way, go around the mountain. Should have told me I should have.
Sure would have been great if there was if this map. Yeah, it's like if the map was wrong from the beginning, and you just start, and it was it only just now told you when you got to the end point that was shown on the map that was like, oh, this is the wrong map.
Oh yeah, hey, you got the wrong map. Hey, look, right, you were going the wrong way. You should have went to the menu and travel to the sub camp instead of just starting from the base camp and running all the way to the monster.
Yeah, why the fuck would you do that?
right? But yeah, hey, look, yeah. So Inuzuka, the big reveal of like how Inuzuka got out was that Shina
Naoki, yeah,
right, for freedom, and he's like, oh yes, this bunny character.
I can trust him.
I need to find this person now. Right. Right, and then hey, look, Haruka shows everyone her new manga, and everyone except Jiro shits on it.
Yeah.
Right, because Jiro doesn't know anything about
Jiro's a simple man trying to just have simple interests. Okay.
Well, he comes from the countryside. Drawings and pictures are like doesn't exist to him. Like, oh wow, moving pictures. He's never seen that before.
Yeah, I've never seen things in color before.
Oh, right. Can you put sounds on this? Right.
Yeah.
Can there be sound next?
Oh, the moving pictures, the flashing images.
Right, none. We didn't have this in the countryside, right?
Yeah. Anyway,
boy.
Yeah,
he's gonna realize the best place to go get a pen and paper is the fucking
is to go to the cafe and get a pen,
right.
Yeah, and also draw basically the same level of drawings as the fucking like sketches in fucking Bleach. Like, whenever they try to explain shit in Bleach, they just draw bunny people.
But Haruka can tell that it's a bunny, I was like, oh, yeah.
Clearly,
I know who you're talking
yeah. Thanks to my own poor drawing skills, I'm able to fucking tell. And then...
I know who you're talking about. Yes, Yes, my rival, the rival that accused me, that I got accused of plagiarism for, right?
Yeah.
Right? Shinna Naoki. Oh, yes, I know where this person is. Right? Boy, so hey, look, so they go there, they harass her. So there's a weird fucking element that they keep focusing about how Haruka fell and hurt her arm or hurt her hand, right? And I think is this supposed to be important? Like, they focus too much on Haruka being like hurting her hand, right?
I mean, is it her writing hand? I can't tell.
I don't know. They just she just falls, right? Mm-hmm. And then she hurts her like, oh my hand, right? I'm like, we're putting too much, right? Because that's the thing about basic of story writing and and show writing, right?
Yeah.
If you're gonna focus something, right?
There should be a fucking importance to it. Yeah.
Right? Don't just focus don't just show Haruka falling. I was like, okay. I was like, that was the worst part when they show her like she was like in pain, like, oh my hand, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, is this gonna be relevant to the story somehow? Is this gonna play a part?
To be fair, that's kind of how this entire series has gone. Is this relevant somehow? Why are we focusing on this? And then it turns away to something else for like, again, 20 some odd episodes, and then it's like, oh yeah, anyway, I'll bring it back up. For instance, hey, Inuzuka goes running after the fucking rabbit person, explaining to Shina Naoki, oh hey, you fucking saved me, what the fuck's your deal? And then Murasame shows up.
How'd you do that?
And then, okay, so Murasame shows up, and at first I was like, oh cool, Murasame's got a bike, that's new. And I was like, did he always have those yellow accents and stuff? And it looks kind of different. I mean, that looks cool, but looks a little bit different.
Is this a new form of Murasame?
Yeah, did he come back? He came back stronger with a bike. That sounds cool. All right.
Right.
And then a second Murasame swings.
Did his mom reward him for going to bed on time? Like, okay, if you go to sleep now in the morning,
you get a motorcycle. Yeah. And then and then they threw another Murasame sword in. I went, wait, what? And then it turned into another Murasame, which is clearly the more plain, like normal looking one. I went,
the
okay,
one that we know of.
Okay, cool. So this is what we're doing, huh? And then basically from that point on, I was like, oh, okay, of course, this is what it is. The fucking bunny person is goddamn. It's Haruka. Fucking
the entire time, the big reveal of right. So people say this is a good reveal. I'm like, right, people online, which goes back to the point where I think we reached to the point of Donbrothers where we're so deprived for content and plot progression of moving forward, right? That we'll take anything at this point to be like, oh yeah, it is, right.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where, I mean, sure, technically it has explained things. Technically, it does, help, explain what the fuck has been going on. But it's so late in the game. It's so late in the game.
And is that properly set up, right? Right? If this was, a better hinted, the entire time that Shinra Naoki was Haruka, right? Right, it was actually set up to the fact that we would have that this reveal was oh yes, this was the big. It would have made perfect, but the fact that this is hard, sure, why not? I feel like this. It could have just been anyone in that fucking bunny.
I mean, outfit, it's also it's one of those things where it kind of you have to make it makes sense for you, because it's like, okay, I guess that's why every time she tried to draw something, like, Shina Naoki was able to do it
better,
faster and better.
Right.
But it's like, yeah, I guess, but like, I used my points to take a vacation. Also, hey, by the way, I'm dating the blue guy in the future. I'm dating Gorilla Man in the future. Don't ask questions.
I'm dating the homeless guy.
He's not homeless. Right? They both wear nice, fancy adult clothes now. Okay, so
right. At some point, he became rich. Right.
At some point, he became rich, and then he Leonardo DiCaprio'd her and decided, hey, you're young.
Boy, I was gonna bring that up when we get to it. Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Because I don't know what his age is supposed to be.
I don't like this reveal of Shinra Naoki. Right? I mean, like the idea once you realize like the reason why Shinra Naoki was always one step ahead of Haruka's drawing, the fact that it makes sense that she was from the future, but this reveal is just like so fucking lazy, right?
Yeah.
Like they could have just put any other character in this part and just do the exact same excuse, right? Right? Like if this was better hinted throughout the show that Shinra Naoki was Haruka, right? Or like, I don't know, make this, hey, look, hey, look, check out, hey, look at this fresh new artist, Arka, whatever the fuck Haruka's name backwards is, like, man.
Haruka Kito, if it was like, Toki, Rukaha, fuck, yeah, something like that. Or
some shit like that, right? Like, that is obvious as that, right? Right, but like it's some better hit that this was Haruka, right? Because this just feels like such like a lazy reveal, right? Right. Hey, that's the thing. Hey, look, you're a residential Japanese expert, right?
Yeah.
Right? And that's the thing about Japan and their language. They love wordplay, right?
Yeah, right?
Is there any correlation between the kanji or the symbol used in Haruka's name and then Shinra Naoki, right?
Hold on. I'm looking at the Ranger. I was looking at the Ranger Wiki anyway because of
Right, so
Haruka's 17 at the start of the series, and she's definitely still in high school. And fucking goddamn.
Right, so here's Haruka's name, right?
Yeah,
and then here's Shinra Naoki's name, right? Is there any, like, type of... Right, because that's the thing, Japan loves doing kanji.
I'm looking at... There's something about that... So there's...
Right, and there's, like...
The kanji for name is in there.
So there was, like, no relevance. It's not like words are being switched around or anything, right?
Yeah, I have to look up the first kanji in the Shina Naoki... Oh, wait. Okay, that's what it is. Whoops. There we go. What the fuck is it? What the fuck?
Oh boy, that's... Okay, oh, is it Pikachu?
What the fuck?
This is a chipmunk?
No, hold on. What? I don't recognize that first kanji. I'm gonna try just typing that in. She. Okay. Oh, it's a type of tree. I mean... Yeah... It's...
Right, and so, right, like, there's like no correlation, right? Like, it's not hinted, right? Like if there was like a better hint of the wordplay, probably, or something else, like this reveal of Shinra Naoki being Haruka the entire would have been a way bigger payoff. But this just feels like, yeah, sure, we'll take it, right? And look. If you stretch this long enough, I'll find a. Yeah,
I'll believe anything if you tell me that it fucking gets us out of this situation.
Right, it just feels so fucking bad that there's like, fucking yeah, makes perfect sense when they bit the. Yeah, this makes perfect sense,
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
it's just so bad for me how this is the big reveal for Haruka, or Shinra Naoki, or whatever the fuck, right?
Yeah, there's nothing sensible about it. I guess it's like if you really tried to fucking scratch. Because so here's the thing: the kanji for Haruka's. So part of it is also Haruka's name is doing that stuff where the first name or her surname is in kanji and her first name is in hiragana, right? The kanji with like the symbols that can be interpreted, and then the just straight phonetic hiragana. The Kito in her last name could be taken as like, I guess it's also a thing that's a a black flagpole tassel made from like tail hair. So it's like I guess that ties into her being like an oni, because it's like, oh, oni carrying like a fucking flag or some shit or whatever. But the fucking Shina Naoki, that is the kanji is so, it's not a word, first of all. Like, it doesn't translate like Kito does. It's like one, like I said, the first kanji is like a chinquapin fucking tree. I'm gonna look this thing up, so I'm not. Oh, dwarf chestnut. Okay. So it's like, sure, and then the other half of the kanji is the kanji for like name, like. So the na in Shina is the like na and namae for Japanese. The only thing I can see that as is, again, big galaxy brain on it, right? Is a name hidden in a name, or a person hidden in a costume, like, so like a chestnut, like that's what, because that's the only fucking thing I can see as like what that's supposed to be as a pun, but that's not a hint. That's a fucking obscure like coincidence.
But yeah, like it's just like I said, the real is just really bad. It just fucking comes out of nowhere, right? You know, like if they probably established a Shinra Naoki character earlier, right, with better hints of this being, like, I'm not even sure if they even planned this entire thing to be Shinra Naoki, and this is just Inoue saying, oh wait, fuck, I forgot about that. Yeah. Should probably, like, someone told us, hey, what's the deal with this bunny costume? And I was like, oh, I don't know, I just fucking wrote it in, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, can you resolve? I was like, yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll write something down. Well, what I got? Let me think about this. It's Haruka. But Haruka's already the show. He's like, you're right. Let me think about this for like another 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It's her from the future. And I was like, I mean, we have to film this tomorrow. I guess I'll write this down, right?
Yeah.
I'll go, right? We'll figure this out. Like, yeah. He's like, yeah. I'm a genius, right? Now, this is my storytelling genius.
Yeah.
At it again, right?
Clearly, it's
but
just,
hey.
I'm truly an M. Night Shyamalan level of brilliancy.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, hey, look, future Murasabe looks cool. He has a little gold bit on him,
Gold accents and stuff. And then, fucking...
and then at some point, hey, look, he learns how to... He gets his driver's license, right?
Yeah, he grows up. Mommy lets him drive now. And then Inuzuka, in all of his infinite wisdom, is like, hey, don't worry, clone girl, I'll take... Still, with no context of... of them knowing that he's Inu brother, or at least that present Haruka knows that he's Inu brother.
Yep.
So to her, it's just Inuzuka is being chased is like hanging out with Haruka's alternative self that has been hiding in a fucking Kigurumi all this time, and Inuzuka, for no reason, is jumping in to be involved with the fucking Murasame conflict, and is putting on her fucking costume and running away to buy her time.
And it's always he is too tall for it, right?
And then fucking Sononi tries to jump in, and it's like, this is why are you all involved in this? Jesus Christ.
Right? Let's once again, there are too many cooks in the kitchen once again, right? Right? And then hey, look, and then future Saruha shows up, right? Look, he learned that at some point that being homeless is bad.
Hey, money is good. Money feels good.
Right? It turns out capitalism moves the world, right?
Yeah. And it can also fucking move. It can also allow you to goddamn be a sugar daddy to a fucking high school girl.
Yeah. But I was like,
oh boy.
How old is Saruha? Fucking Shinichi.
He is 21. All right, so I looked it up. Okay. He is 21 at the start of the series. Haruka is fucking 17. Now, here's the thing, right? Going by the rules of divide your age in half and add 7, that's the age that you can date someone. That's the lowest age you can date someone without it being creepy. Okay. 21 and a half, and 21 divided in half would be, would be 10.5, plus 7 would be 17 and a half.
Okay.
But here's the thing about that rule, right? Clearly, that doesn't make sense in every fucking category, because then a fucking 18-year-old could date... I mean, well, 18-year-old dating a 16-year-old, I guess, isn't the craziest thing, but it's like... There's age limits for a reason, and also children shouldn't date adults. I don't know how much I need to state that, but for the Matt Gateses of the world, adults shouldn't date children, right?
Right.
And
also, it doesn't help that this pairing comes out of fucking nowhere.
Oh yeah, completely. You know? The only thing I can think of is, but, right, when in 2 years, when Haruka would be 19 and Saru Brother would be fucking 23, that's literally the same ages that Molly and I were when we started dating. So I can't, like, get that bad, because it's like, I guess circumstances can be unique there, but it's like, you really... It's weird because he knows her when she's in high school, right? It's not like I knew Molly in high school and was waiting after class for her to graduate, right? It's like, we met after we had both gotten to college and, like, done stuff and were semi-adult people, right?
Yeah.
It's very different when it's like, I'll see you in 2 years. Like, that is a bad way. That is literally like the death. That is how you get canceled on Twitter. That is how you go, I was 17 and he kept sending me messages.
I visit your work. I visit where you work every day after school, you know, right? And I just hang around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. But, I mean, I've got to assume that at this point in the future, it's probably like... I mean, do they say that how far in the future?
They don't. There is no correlation. How far, right? I don't know if this is like an X-Men Days of Future Past type of situation.
I'm going to go with...
everyone is dead.
I'm going to go with 3 years in the future.
We have to send Wolverine back in time to prevent this, to stop them from killing Peter Dinklage, you know, right?
Yeah.
You know?
I mean... To be fair, when they try to start asking things about the future, like Kijino and fucking Jiro, he's just like, no, I can't talk about that. The only difference is, the only difference is, I feel like the reason he's not saying it is because, again, like Days of Future Past, is because Kijino's, like, locked in the Omega level mutant prison for being a fucking monster, and Jiro is, like, also locked in it, but for his split personality issues.
Right? It's like, that's the thing about, I guess, the best part. It's always like, hey, I can't tell you about your future, but I'm fine with telling myself our future, right? You know, like, boy, hey, you need to clear up your fucking time travel rules. You know, right? It's like, you're saying a very low bar, and you're just making this up, like, I can't tell you what happened to you guys, but I can tell you what happened to myself, you know?
Yeah, hey, that won't cause a paradox.
I'm going to tell myself at some point he's going to date his coworker, you know, that's in high school, right?
Yeah, that's a whoopsie. That's a big whoopsie.
Right, but I'm not going to tell you what happens between you and your wife, you know.
Yeah.
Right. Like, this time travel rule is really doesn't make any sense. Like, that's the problem with time travel media. You gotta establish your fucking rules in time travel media, right? Or else people are just gonna dissect and break it apart, you know, right? And this is, once again, another case of, boy, this time travel rule makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, it's even worse because of just everything else that's established in this, though. It's like, how are you trying to explain this to us? But yeah, hey,
look, futures, Shinichi, realize that haikus are for elementary school kids.
Yeah, it's all about Tonka now. Which I guess...
Which I didn't know was a thing until this episode.
I mean, I forgot about Wabi Sabi until it became this guy's entire goddamn fucking, like, thing. So it's like, yeah, I mean, there's... I'm just gonna look at all the other forms of classical Japanese poetry. Okay.
There are 9 major
We got
forms.
kanchi, Han poetry. So it's a term for Chinese poetry in general, as well as the poetry written in Chinese by Japanese poets. It's from the Heian period, and then I think waka is where. Wait, maybe it's not. We're trying to see where. Okay, I guess there's haiku.
There's haikai, kanji, waka.
I'm trying
haiku, hoku,
wabi sabi.
renka.
I'm trying to remember where wabi sabi comes from.
Senryu and tanka.
Yeah.
It's according to the Wikipedia article I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's probably the same one I'm looking at. But where's wabi sabi?
Yeah. And I like how his current off the. Oh man, this guy did a 57577.
Yeah.
I know what I would impress him. I'll do a haiku.
Yeah. Even smaller.
Yeah. Right. Oh, that would show him. I was like, boy. Hey.
I don't think it worked, man. I don't think it works.
I don't think it works. Right? He just he did a beat, right? Like it's like showing like, oh man, that guy got a Charizard. Sweet. Look.
Yeah.
Check out my Charmander, right?
Yeah. Man, that's so cool. Hey, Logan Paul, do you want to buy my Charmander card?
Right?
Yeah.
It's really bad. Yeah. And then Haruka eventually remembers at some point. Oh wait, I forgot.
Oh yeah, Inuzuka fucking took the bullet for me and was running around trying to chase off a goddamn clone Murasame that I completely forgot to mention to everyone. Apparently, even until the point that we ran up to him. But hey, at least we included Jiro in the fight this time.
Yeah, Jiro's here from the future now, right? I mean, I'm sorry, Jiro's here to help.
Yeah, Jiro's here to help. We actually invited him to the party to, fight.
Mm-hmm. Right, everyone's here, right? We get the big 6-person group transformation.
6-person group transformation, but also we've got one clone also as part of it, and then fucking Inuzuka's fucking running around as a dog. Sonoi's in the goddamn costume and she gets mad at him. They have a lover's quarrel, I guess. She transforms. It's a giant fucking mess. The Cerebrins are all over the place. Everybody, this is chaos. Right. This is actual chaos.
Oh yep. What is Sonoi also says that dreams are for fucking losers, and I don't need that shit. Right? Right? Who the fuck have dreams? And Mo's, oh yeah, you're right. You're smart. Unlike the rest of these idiots who have dreams, no one needs that shit.
Yeah.
Right? And boy, and here's the problem when you introduce characters that look the same, right? Especially when they're from the future. Boy, you need to put distinctions on them. Right?
Yeah.
There's a reason why I can tell current Murasame with future Murasame when they're fighting, right? But when there was 2 Oni sister and 2 Sora, I was like, is this the future or the current?
Yep, I can't tell. There's no differentiating features on them. But hey, luckily the 2 of them are more competent than literally the entire team of the regular Donbrothers. And they just single-handedly blast Murasame with their fucking power-ups.
Yeah, they realize, oh boy, hey, let's just do our power-up form, this entire time. Why are we fighting in our stupid base-level form,
Yeah, as usual, why would you do that? Yeah.
Apparently in the future, Oni's sister gets to caught the stupid golden pelican bird, and he's like, oh yeah. This is mine now. I can command you now.
That's what she got after everybody else died. And also, boy, it really is a thing where it feels like if they just walked away and let the Murasames fight each other to the death, I think they'd be okay. If they
it would solve a lot of problems.
At this point, Inuzuka is out of the fucking the mascot suit. They could just burn the mascot suit and just keep hiding, and fucking future Murasame would never be able to find them, right? But yeah, then past Murasame calls future. Yeah, they both transform into their big forms, and past Murasame calls.
And it took me a while to realize which Murasame was which, ironically, until I realized, one of them has a fucking gold front plate instead.
Yeah, one of them, and also one of them is motherless.
Yeah. Apparently, at some point in the future, he lost his mom.
Yeah, to be fair, look. People die all the time, okay? Including moms. All right? So, hey, maybe she's the final villain. Who knows?
Hey, look, 7 more episodes left till we figure this out, right? Man, boy, look. And look, there's no way they're gonna save this mother character all the way to the last episode, right?
Yeah.
we have to reveal who she is at some point, right? Hey, boy, hey, we create. She's another character from the future, right?
Yeah, I don't even know. It doesn't even make sense as to why. We still don't know why the fuck any of that's happening. Mm-hmm. But right? Sure, I'm sure that we'll fucking get the answers that we don't deserve.
Mm-hmm. And also there's a fucking plot point or something about, hey, you guys are staying too long in the past.
Yeah, the rips in space time. I've watched Doctor Who.
It makes sense for Haruka because she's been here since like half a year or almost a year now. But we don't know how long this Shinichi has been here. I feel like he just showed up. It's like,
absolutely, he just showed up.
You need to go home. You need to go home. You've been here for like, hey, look, your shift ended 10 minutes ago, and right, you need to get back on the floor, right? Right. Yeah. I feel like there's like no reason for Shinichi to be affected by this time rift thingy. It makes sense for Haruka because she apparently use all of her vacation points. Like, let me take a year-long vacation. I managed to somehow save up enough points to take a year-long vacation.
Yeah, that's. I think that's called a sabbatical at that point.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Shinichi realized, hey, look, the best thing to give his future self is haikus. Right?
Yeah, or at least a pen and papers to write haikus.
Yeah, don't forget where you started, right?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say 2-year time skip at this point because I really don't care at this point, right? And look, hey, don't forget how it took you 23 years to get to where you are. Don't forget the last 23 years, right? Of like being homeless and begging for food on the street, of not having a job, right? Right? Don't forget your roots, right? Which I'm like, boy, hey, I don't think your future wants to remember that.
Yeah.
That past, right? Especially after 21 years. Right?
It's like, fuck that, I ain't going back to that. But yeah, anyway,
yeah, they go back to the
all the clues were left in the manga from future Haruka, which I guess that counts.
Is this gonna be relevant? Right?
Yeah.
Like how much is this future relevant gonna be? This chapter gonna be relevant, right? This weird panel this panel of all 5 of them, or
is
together,
it going to be a reveal that this was all a manga all along? This has actually just been the Truman Show.
Right? Yeah. So hey, look, that's this week's episode. And look, people are saying this is a good episode. For Time of All Lose. Look, we wrote out one character while introducing 2 characters. But we killed both of those characters at the end of the episode, so if you think about it, we are one less characters in the show now.
Right? Technically that's true. We did get rid of the goddamn bunny mystery. And it looks like, hey, next episode, we'll finally deal with the goddamn dog mystery. But Jesus Christ, I mean...
Hey, look, you know what they say, Tariq? It only takes 44 episodes to get the team together, right? It's like that classic saying. We got to get the band together after 44 years,
Look,
right?
It's like that classic saying. I love edging. That's it. That's all it is. It's just edging. These are just people who like edging. They're just trying to get that. They're just trying to ride that. They never actually want to get the full release. They're just riding that pleasure. They're just going, yes, almost. Got a little close to actually having something happen. No.
Right.
Jesus.
But yeah, hey, look, that's this week's episode. Look, I feel like this episode just it resolved something, but it resolved it real badly,
And even the best part of it is that the best part about it is that even if it's a dumb answer, it's one less thing to fucking keep in mind and worry about. So at least...
But Haruko's whole entire character purpose of, hey, I gotta accuse of plagiarism, still isn't resolved by the end of this episode, right?
Yeah.
Because she brings it up herself, it's like, oh, wait, hold on. I'm still being accused of a plagiarist,
wait a minute. I have a bet... Although, I find it odd that she has a best-selling book, but she's still considered a... Well, wait, no. Because she... No, because she's published it as Shina Naoki, right?
Yeah.
So she still got fucked. I mean, hey, she just has to adopt the Shina Naoki alter ego, and she'll be fine, because now there's no Shina Naoki.
Right? No one can figure it out.
Yeah, right? All she has to do is earn all of her money. She just has to change her name to Shina Naoki. That's how it'll work.
Oh, is that it?
Yep. That'll do it.
Okay.
That'll fix the whole problem.
Mm-hmm. All right. Is that it for this episode?
Yeah, I can't wait to see the dog fucking kill somebody next episode.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong there. All right. That's this week's episode. Coronavirus listening. Watch it for the best. Get your shots. Which is a thing now. Kate, thanks. Bye.